working on the Olds today. We're going to do some coil spring upgrades. So I already cut the sway bar end link off with the grinder because they probably would have came out, but yeah, the rubber's all junk anyway. So we'll take the tie rod out of the way so we can get at this with a hammer. So normally I whip these off and then I'll beat on this with engineering 1, which is this hammer. This is part of the engineering team here. We'll beat on it and hopefully that'll fall out. And then we can beat on that and then that will come down under the spring pressure. Don't do this like I do. But make sure that nut is like turned enough threads. Because if that spring comes out of there, it's going to be a bad day. A real bad day. Because if you run the fork in there, it ruins and destroys those rubbers. I mean, sometimes you have to. But most of the time I have pretty good luck with this, so we'll hope we still win. There we go. And you didn't destroy the fucking rubber on there. And we're going to do the same with that. Hopefully that just pows. Comes off of there. Just like that. So then we didn't destroy anything. And that ball joint's ready to come out. Now you can't just take that nut off because then it's going to go haywire. But we'll get it, maybe the training jack, probably not. I'll put it down on the floor. Put a jack stand under it. Take the weight off, take the nut off. Then lift it up and then pry the spring out of there. And you should chain those springs, even though that arm is all the way released. It still has a little bit of pressure. So I'm going to pause you guys while I get set up for the jack stand in the next part of this endeavor we're going to go on here, because it's, you know, it's the Oldsmobile, so what could go wrong? Okay guys, you're going to see that nut, it'll come up. We put the tie rod end back on temporarily. It's just out of the way, you can't see it right where my hand is, because you don't want that sticking straight down and then bending your shit when you go down to the ground. So we will lower it down and you guys tell me when that nut comes off of there. Do we get it? Okay. We did not get it. Come on guys, you're supposed to be watching this. This is what it would be nice to have. Lift controls on both sides. All right, see now, so it put our gap back in there. Now we're going to take this knot off. And we should chain that spring, but we're probably not gonna. And once again, don't do what I do. Because we're just going to go up. And that's going to come loose. And I don't know what you guys can see because you're up against the fender. So hopefully you guys can see it. All right, here we go, guys. We're going to go up, and that should come right out of there. Hopefully it'll come out of there like 900 miles an hour. Oh yeah, we're coming out of there, guys. I'm going to bring you guys back up here where you can see. Hopefully there ain't too much pressure on that thing, or it blasts out of there. You'll see that in 1 second. Once we go up a little bit more, you'll see it. Let me back you up some, then you can see it. Here we go. Yeah. Alright guys, it's still in there. It's still in there. Let's see what else we can do here. We're going to have to put a bar in there and pry that out. Which I don't like that idea at all. But that's what we're going to do. We stopped. Why did we stop? Okay, here we go. Now we're going. I don't know what you guys got or didn't get there. You might have been paused the whole time. Dang it. Alright, we're going to pry that out of there now. I might throw a strap in there. Alright, we'll just pry it out. We're going to go with it. There shouldn't be much pressure left in that spring, but you never can tell. We'll just pry it out of there, away from it. Shouldn't be too much left in there. And it feels pretty decent. Feels pretty not bad. Alright, not bad. So there's our spring. We're out. Then we'll get our new spring. I'll get that all jacked up in the compressor because that's kind of a pain in the ass. So I'll punch you guys for that. And when I get set up, I'll bring you guys back. Alright guys, I got the training jack set up under there with a piece of wood. And it's all sketchy looking. So I won't show you that stuff. But we're going to jack that up until that ball joint. So we got the spring in there with the compressor, which those things are terrible. I used to be able to man those in. I can't do it no more. And I used to catch them on the control arm and just jack it up in there, but it's wicked dangerous. Even with this stupid thing in there, the spring compressor, it's still, like, it's just not awesome. So we're going to jack that up in there and catch the nut on that lower ball joint. Let's hope. And hopefully nothing gets us in the face. I mean, we have our stupid thing in there. Our jack does not want to roll. Our compression thing. So we just got to make sure we're not lifting the car off the lift. You really got to kind of pay attention to what's going on when you're doing this. We got our spring going the right way. There's our ball joint. It's going in now. I hope you guys can see that. Okay. All right. And then we stuck this thing in there to hold that up. So we have a little bit of extra room. Pull that out, and hopefully we can start our nut back on that ball joint. Can you guys see that? That's going to fall on the floor. Oh, you guys can only see the tie rod. Let me move you over a little. There we go. See, there's our lower ball joint sticking through. You want to cut that nut pretty quick. Yeah, all right. Well, now we don't have to worry about anything flying out of there, except for, and these spring things suck to get out of there. If you don't stay up in the high end of coils, that spring compressor gets stuck in the coils. See, it's like a bar. See this bar that's in there? So you gotta have it up enough where it don't hit the control arm. Hopefully that don't get us when we release it, or we can whip it out of there with a hammer. But that's what's gonna end up happening. We'll probably end up beating that thing out of there. All right, get some pressure on there. We got enough on that nut. Just want to make sure those nuts are threaded down pretty far on that ball joint. You don't want one thread holding that, because when you release it, it could blow the thread right off. And then the spring comes flying out of there, and then you have a fun day. I've had enough fun days. I don't need any more fun days. So hopefully we can we'll get the gun in there. We'll zip that spring compressor out. Yeah, let me get rid of the training jack. Come on. Roll. All right, guys. Okay, guys, we're back at it. So we're going to do the same thing. Let me know when that nut gets pushed up on the ball joint. And we're going to go from there. Then I'll tighten it up. And I'll raise this back up in the air where we can see what we're doing. I don't bend well. What do you think, guys? Is that it? Did we get it? Did we get it? We did. All right, we're going to zip that sucker down. Then we're going to go back up in the air. We'll line everything up, put the cotter pins back in. All right, get this sucker right in there. Get out of the way, wire. Hey now. All right, that'll get us there. I'm gonna raise this back up. I'll raise this back up. Raise you guys up first. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Here we are, guys. Look at that thing. We'll be going to the drag races here pretty soon. Alright guys, we're going to tighten that thing until we can get our cotter pin in. I don't know if the gun's going to do it with all those extensions, but we're going to try and see. Looks like we got to go a half a thing. A half a castle nut. We didn't womp on it too bad. Did we get it? We did not. All right, we're going to go get something by hand. We'll do it by hand. Okay, here we go. Speed sense is always in the way, it seems. It really wants to be in the way. There we go. I don't know if we got anything. Did we get it? I don't think we got it. Almost. Not quite. This thing's going to turn right in front of us, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Probably go get a short socket. I think it turned out of our line of vision here, guys. Yeah, it's gonna. Oh, we'll do that then. I'll pull you back. Oh, all right. Did we get it that time? Don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Ooh, almost, not quite. Almost, but not quite, guys. We go a little bit more, just a tickle more, and we'll have it. That thing turning really keeps getting me every time. There we go. Now, let's do that time. Now we got it. Perfect. Let's go back. Let's go back, Jack. Okay. There we go. All right, now we're back. You guys see? Yeah. All right, so we're going to put our cotter pin in there. And we'll tighten this one. Put our cotter pin in there. See where the cotter pin is. Okay. Lights turn the wrong way. Let's see what we got here. See which way it's facing first. It's facing pretty much straight out. We will zippity dippity this one too. So we grab the gun. Okay, here we go. Wrong socket. Now we got the right socket. A little more. Oh, right there. All right, guys, that's going to be about it for this thing. We're going to throw some cotter pins in. And that's going to be it for this. Get the needle nose. We'll bend that. I got to find one for this. All right, guys, there's your coil spring. I don't know if it's really an upgrade yet or not, but let's hope it fixes the problem. Pause here, and when we get some wheels on this thing, I'll bring it back. All right, guys, here we go. I'm going to measure this sucker. See where we're at. We got 27, 28? Nope, 27 and 3/4, I would say. Let me check the other side real quick. $28 over here. 28. What do we say over here? 27 3/4. So we're still allowed the floor to be 1/4 inch off. So that used to be an inch. It was an inch different from one side to the other. We're waiting on some shocks. We're going to run some 9010s up front. And then this thing will be ready to rip down the road. I got rear springs on order too. And we'll see what happens, guys. Like, share, subscribe. See ya.